What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. Don't mind the way my hair is looking. I'm about to do a story time, and the only way I feel like I can get through this story time is if I'm doing something. So I'm gonna be doing a story time about what happened to my sister Leah. I noticed over the Christmas holiday, like that video kind of blew up out of nowhere, and it was really unexpected. I'm assuming that, I don't know, people start missing their loved ones during the holidays or something. I don't know where the traction came from that video, but I'm so grateful if you subscribe to this channel because of that video. Thank you so much. If you've already been a subscriber to my channel, thank you as well. I really appreciate the love and the support. I've been getting a lot of comments and everything, so I just thought I would do a story time telling y'all what happened to her. Some people was commenting in the comments asking, and I was responding to that, but I don't know if everybody went back and actually saw what my answer was to that. So here we are. Before I get into the video, I also want to just say Happy New Year to everyone. It's 2023. We made it, you guys. Like, I know the past couple of years have been very rough, like with the pandemic and everything. Inflation has been crazy. Like, everything has just been in disarray, but one thing about it, God has brought us to see another year. So I just hope that y'all make the best out of it or whatever. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get into the video. So also one thing I want to mention, in the new year, I'm gonna go on this journey of like hair care. I have not really been proactive about maintaining my hair, and over the summer I went and I got a haircut, and so this year I'm deciding to get back into my regimens of taking care of my natural hair. So right now what I'm gonna be doing through this story time is putting in deep conditioner, and I'm gonna let it sit, but this is the deep conditioner that I'll be using. And then this was a very popular item on TikTok. I heard a lot of people ranting and raving about it. It's the Miel rosemary infused oil. So I'm gonna be trying this. I'm gonna give it like 6 months of consistency, and then if I don't really see any results from it, y'all, I'm honestly thinking about just going ahead and relaxing my hair, because honey, when I tell you this natural hair is a chore, it is a chore. I got my spray bottle so I can wet my sections as I'm applying my hair, because I'm also need to detangle it. But yeah, let's get into the video. Okay, so I posted a short back in March of 2022, and it was like a couple of weeks before my sister Leah's birthday. I wasn't thinking anything of it. I was just kind of going through the motions and really getting in my feelings about missing my friend, my sister. So for those of you that don't know, Leah was not my biological sister. I have 4 siblings, all of which are still very much alive and living. But Leah was more than just a friend. I consider her my sister, and she considered me her sister as well. So how we met was we were both working at Six Flags. So my very first job was at Six Flags over Georgia, and that is how I met Leah. So we were in orientation, and like most jobs, they always do like the I don't know what you would call it, but you have to like get up and introduce yourself, blah blah blah. And from that day, like, me and Leah just really clicked. Like we were inseparable from that day forward. So we would like meet up. Like, now you couldn't pay me to catch a train or a bus, because one, I would be lost. That's number one. I would be lost, and two, I would be just nervous because it'd be so many crazy people on the train. But when we would be going to work, like, we had started like meeting up with each other at the train station. It wasn't uncommon, because it would be so many teenagers who would be catching the bus and the train to Six Flags. So every morning we would get up, we would call each other, we would meet up at the train station, then we would ride the train in a bus to work or whatever. And that's kind of just the backstory of how we became friends. So, what eventually ended up happening is I had moved back to Illinois for a very short period of time. Like, we always remained friends. We always kept in contact during this time. But I was gone for a while, and then I ended up coming back to Georgia. And when me and Leah met up, we used to go like shopping and stuff at like Little 5 Points and the Underground and stuff. So we had met up this one time. We went to Cumberland Mall, and we was just out with each other, you know, shopping, hanging out or whatever. And Leah had told me, like, sister, I don't know what's going on. Like, I've been noticing that my stomach is been really bloated or whatever. At this time, she was not saying that she had been experiencing any pain or anything, but she was talking to this guy, and so she was thinking that it was a possibility that she may be pregnant. But we were very young. I mean, at that point, neither one of us had ever been pregnant or had a baby or anything like that. So I just remember telling her, like, sister, you need to go to the hospital, or you need to go to the doctor. Like, you know, you have insurance, go to the doctor and let them, you know, give you an exam and do whatever x-rays or run any tests that they need to, so that, you know, you can be sure of what's going on. And she was like, okay, I am, blah, blah, blah. She said that she was, and then we kind of went our separate ways or whatever. Now, I can't give y'all, it's been like 13 years now, so days and time and all of that, like, I can't really give exact or details on time frames or whatever. But I just remember it wasn't too long after we met up and we had that conversation. I was checking my phone one day, and I noticed that I had got a text message from her, and it was a picture, and the picture was just like this large mass. It had to be like the size of a grapefruit or a little bit bigger than a grapefruit. And so when I'm looking at the picture, like, I'm like, girl, what is that? Like, honey, what is that you sending me? So I sent it. I mean, I text her, and I was just like, you know, what is that? Like, what's going on? And she was like, she ended up going to the doctor, whatever, and they told her that she had a tumor on her ovaries or whatever. She had to get surgery. But if anybody know Leah, they know that she was like a very high-spirited person. She was like very cheerful, and at that time, she was really just like not letting it get to her. Like, she would always tell me, like, I'm gonna be okay, sister. Like, immediately when I saw that picture, I'm like, oh my God, like, what is the prognosis? Like, what are they saying that you have or whatever? And she was just like, they don't know, they got to run tests on it or whatever, but she had surgery to get it removed. So I'm like, okay. This was in like March of 2010. And so I just remember, you know, not being really too concerned about it. I was just like, you know, she's in high spirits. She's saying that everything's all right. We're going to wait until, you know, she get the results back before, you know, anything else. So I would say, if I don't really know, I would say maybe like a couple of weeks or so went past, and we still keeping in contact or whatever. We talking. I don't remember if she was like in and out of the hospital or whatever the case was. I think she got released or whatever, and everything was fine for a while. And I just remember the next time I was talking to her, she was saying that the prognosis wasn't that good or whatever. She was just like, you know, they saying I have ovarian cancer, blah, blah. And I remember just going into like a panic. If anybody is like a Christian and you have people in your family that's like prayer warriors, for me, that would be my mom and dad. Like, if I ever get any bad news, any of my friends can attest to this. If my friends or anyone in their family is like going through like this traumatic thing, or they having like health issues or a health scare, like, if you call me, honey, I will be talking to my mom and dad, telling them like, can y'all please pray for my friend or pray for their family or whatever, because one thing about it, my parents are going to pray, honey. They are going to go into spiritual warfare behind you and everything concerning you. So I just remember I was talking to my friend Leah on the phone. Her whole family was up there at the hospital or whatever. And I was telling her, like, girl, put your phone on speakerphone because my mama and them is finna pray over you, honey. And I'm still being optimistic at this time. I'm just like, you know, I know, you know, that God is going to heal you because, baby, my mama and them is about to pray. So we prayed or whatever. And everything was good. I don't believe that from this time on up until she passed, she was released out of the hospital. I also want to just put in a little side. I may be getting this stuff all over me, but this is long overdue. I also want to just put in a little side note that if you have friends or family members that are sick and in the hospital, please, I'm begging you, please make time. I don't care what your life looks like. I don't care what your situation is. Like, I don't care what it is. Please make time to go and see your loved ones. Make time to go and spend time with them. Be there for them. Let them know that you love them. Because this is like a very hard topic for me to talk about, just because of the simple fact that during the time that Leah was in the hospital, I was just in a place where my parents were looking to move out of Georgia back home to Illinois. And so I didn't want to leave. I wanted to stay in Georgia. And I had started working 2 jobs. And so I was just like so freaking busy with working. I would be like telling my friend, me and my friend would be talking. And I would be like, you know, sister, when I get an off day or when I get time, I'm going to come up there to the hospital and visit you. I'm going to come see you. I'm going to come check on you, blah, blah, blah. And she was always in good spirits or whatever. She would be like, okay, sister. Like, it was never a big deal for her. And so I didn't find out until she actually passed. And I don't know if I mentioned it already or whatever, but basically her prognosis was that she was diagnosed with ovarian cancer. So, and it spread really quickly. It was like, I want to say around March or April of 2010 that she went to the hospital. She got the surgery. She found out what she had, and she passed away by December of that same year of finding out. So, but in my mind, I'm thinking like, okay, you know, we have prayed, like she's in high spirits. I didn't find out until she had already passed that she was given like a time frame of her life expectancy or whatever. She never shared that with me, and I don't know if it's because she just didn't want people to worry about her or whatever. But I just remember I was working 2 jobs. So I was working at Walmart and McDonald's by this point, and I was working like 5 a.m., like 5 a.m. to 1 p.m. at McDonald's. And then I would get off of work and work 2:30 to 11:30 at Walmart because, like I said, my parents was trying to move and I didn't want to move. I wanted to stay. So I was doing everything that I could to, get stable so I can have my apartment and be able to stay here and live on my own. So I would just be very tired. Like every time I would have an off day, it would be like I wasn't off from both jobs. I would still have to work one job. So I would be really tired and trying to find ways to get everything else done in the little time off that I had. And I remember when I finally got a day off, I was calling my sister to tell her, like, honey, I found she was still in the hospital. And I was just like, okay, I have a free day. Like, I'm about to go up here and see my sister and, spend some time with her, whatever. I've been telling her I'm going to come. I ain't been having time to do that. And today is the day. Baby, I called my sister's phone. And she didn't answer. Her brother or somebody answered. And I was just like, where my sister at? I was like, where's my sister? And he took a pause and he was like, oh, baby, I'm sorry to tell you, Leah passed. And all I could do in that moment was cry my heart out. I was never expecting that it was going to, I was never expecting that it was going to happen that fast. It was never a doubt in my mind that my sister was going to pass away. Like that was never a thought in my mind that she was going to pass away. But she did. And so I just remember when I got that news, like I was devastated and I was beating myself up because, like I said, I was so consumed with everything that I had going on, everything that I needed to do, that I couldn't find the time to go there. Every time I talked to her, she was like in good spirits. Like she never let you see or hear that, it was as bad as it was. And so I just felt like I had time. Like, okay, when I get a day off, instead of me just being proactive and taking a day off of work to go and see her, I always felt like, okay, it's not as bad as it could be. So I got time. I'll go see her when I get off. Like we always were in contact over the phone or whatever. So as long as I was able to talk to her and everything sounded good, I felt like, okay, I'll make time when I get off. Like when I have a day off, I'll go see her. I was never expecting that she was going to pass before then. And so ever since then, like I have really just been trying to get over with being angry with myself about not being there. Like, man, I didn't get to tell my sister bye. Like, I didn't get to say goodbye. I didn't know that it would happen at all, but I didn't know that it was happening as fast as it did. If I did, then I would have said, man, forget these jobs. Like, I'm going up there to be with my sister. Like, I need to be with her. And so that's what happened, y'all. She ended up passing away from ovarian cancer, which I had never lost a friend as close as Leah. Everybody that Leah met They love, like, she didn't know a stranger. She could befriend any and everybody. And so I guess my ultimate message of this video is to just tell y'all, like, please don't take for granted situations and times. Like, if you have a family member that is going through something and they're in the hospital, don't pay attention to what they sound like or what they're telling you, because they may have gotten a prognosis from a doctor telling them, like, honey, your life expectancy is in a week. You're not expected to live past a week. That person is sometimes just in a mental capacity where they don't want people to feel sorry for them. They don't want people to feel worried for them. So they're not going to tell you. They're not going to let you hear it in their voice. Like, you need to take time out of your busy schedule to go and be there for your loved ones. It's a very hurtful feeling when somebody that you love and somebody that you're close to passes away and you don't get the chance to say goodbye. And that is what I have been dealing with since December of 2010. Just the guilt and the shame of feeling like, dang, you wasn't there. Like, you were supposed to be there and you wasn't. And so that's the story about what happened to my sister. I miss her so much. Like, it is nobody, and I mean nobody, that can replace her. Like, she was such a beautiful, loving, and kind person. Had a very gentle spirit. She didn't know a stranger. And so it just, 13 years later, it feels just so unreal that my friend is gone. When I posted that video, I was never expecting it to blow up the way that it did. I was just in my feelings, thinking about my sister, and I was like, I gotta post a video. I must make sure that her memory lives on, because she was truly an angel here on this earth. And if you watch that video and you subscribe to my channel because of that video, again, thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. If you were like going through some emotions during that time when you came across my video, if you were missing a loved one, please know I really understand that it never gets easier. You just learn to live with the pain. And I pray that God gives you the peace that surpasses all understanding when it's concerning you, your emotions, and the family member that you may have lost. But that's going to conclude the story time of what happened to Leah. Again, it is a new year, 2023. I'm so happy to be in the land of the living. I'm so happy that you all made it into a new year. Please try to make the best of it, regardless of your circumstances, your situations. Please look for something that you can thank God for every day. It can be the smallest things. If you were able to eat something, if you were able to buy something that you desired, if you open your eyes, every day that you open your eyes, that's a very simple and small reason to just give God thanks. And yeah, this is going to be my first video upload of 2023, but very much so not the last. Y'all will see more of me, but I definitely want to go ahead and put this video out there. If you watched it to the end, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see y'all in the next video. Peace.